Yo, what's good? What's good? We back. Triple P, Paul Pickett Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Paul Pickett. Before we get started, I'm gonna sip some of my Coca-Cola. Gotta get my caffeine. While I'm doing that, hit that click now, subscribe button in that right-hand corner. Also, don't forget the audio version of my podcast goes to Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Amazon, Tidal, TuneIn, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, Castbox, Player FM, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Stitcher, and many more. You can Google the Paul Pickett Podcast, where I talk nothing but sports, music, and politics. Today's topic: quitters are not heroes. It's not heroic to quit. Simone Biles. That's what we're going to talk about today. All right, Simone Biles is a Olympic gymnast who said she's the greatest of all time. And she possibly was until she quit. Like, we got to stop with this double standard in sports. If Michael Jordan was to quit in the NBA's finals game, we wouldn't be calling him the GOAT. If Kobe Bryant quit in an NBA Finals game, we wouldn't be called Kobe Bryant great, LeBron. If any one of these guys that are close to GOAT status in any sport was to just quit, we would not be calling him the GOAT. We would not be calling him the GOAT. If Tom Brady quit in a Super Bowl, we would not be calling him the GOAT. Joe Montana quit, we would not be calling him the GOAT. Stop it! Quitters can't be the GOAT. And this idea that it's heroic to quit, yeah, if you quit smoking, drinking, or drugs, that's the only time it's heroic to quit. You quit smoking, drinking, or drugs. Anything else, if you're a quitter, you're a loser. Quitters are losers. Like, come on, man. We're going to sit here and act like it's heroic to quit. And then we're going to act like it's heroic to have mental health issues. There's nothing heroic about having mental health issues. It's a weakness. We got to stop. I know in society, man, y'all people on the left, y'all want to sit there and act like weaknesses are strengths when they're not. We got to stop acting like weaknesses are strengths. And we got to stop glorifying weaknesses as strengths. Like, kids, we don't need kids to be looking up to quitters. I'm sorry. Not when you're talking about athletes. Athletes quitting, that's it, man. You can't be the GOAT. You can't be this hero for quitting. No. It's pathetic as far as I'm concerned. Very pathetic, man. You know, this makes me think of the movie Remember the Titans. When Denzel Washington was telling the assistant coach, don't go behind my back and make decisions. They undermine me. And then the assistant coach said, well, some players don't respond well to criticism. So Herman Boone, Denzel Washington played Herman Boone. Like, in real life, Herman Boone was a mean cuss to everybody. He didn't matter if you were white, black, Asian, Hispanic, purple, green, blue, orange, or yellow. He was the same mean cuss with everybody. And he was making a point that coddling athletes, all you're doing is crippling them. Coddling people, taking them by the hand and coddling them, all you're doing is crippling them. So all you're doing is crippling people when you're just coddling them over every little stressful thing. First of all, let me tell you about stress. Stress is a choice. People choose to stress. You know how I know that? Because I don't allow stress in my life whatsoever. I don't allow stress in my life. I don't allow people. People are not allowed to stress me out. The only person that's allowed to stress me out is myself. If I choose to stress, then I choose to stress. But I choose not to stress over things. I choose not to stress over hardly nothing. The only way you're gonna stress me out is if I get a $3,000 illegal chargeback from a customer or something. Then I'll be stressing. But anything else, I don't care what it is. I'm not gonna stress it. So people choose distress. You choose distress. And this idea that Simone Biles talking about, well, it's difficult, it's stressful because there's people not in the crowd. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard. It's less stressful with no people in the crowd. That means less pressure. This idea that you got more pressure on you when you're competing in front of nobody is horseshit. It's bullshit. It's bogus. It's imaginary, make-believe, fairy tale emotions. Like, no, stop it, man. Stop it. An athlete is always going to have more pressure the more people he has to perform in front of. The more people you perform in front of, the more pressure. Same thing with a musician. The more people that's at that show in front of that stage, the more pressure he is under to put on a good show. And if you think a musician could just decide to just quit in the middle of the show, guess what? That'll be the last time he does a show in that city ever again. Yeah, so we gotta stop acting like people getting into these weak-minded, stressed out states is heroic, that they're doing something heroic. No, it's a sign of weakness. Signs of weakness are not heroic. Heroes are strong. They show strength. They show courage. They show no fear. And then the way she quit on her team, is so pathetic. It's pathetic. You can't be calling yourself the GOAT and you quit on your team like that, man. You a real GOAT. That's it. You're a real GOAT. A Billy GOAT. Because I don't want to see no player running around here in pro sports calling themselves the GOAT when the whole world clearly seen you quit on your team. You quit on your team. You quit on yourself. You quit on your country. You quit on everybody. And you got these weak-minded. Only a weak-minded person would think that a weakness is a strength. Only weak-minded people would be out here calling somebody a hero for quitting when they didn't quit drugs, alcohol, or smoking. That's the only 3 things you could quit in life that you are heroic at. Anything else that you quit at, you're not heroic. It's not heroic to quit your job because now you got to go find another one. Now you can't even take care of it's not heroic to not be able to take care of your responsibilities. That's pathetic. You're not only adults. See, this is the thing. I know society thinks once you turn 18 or older, you're an adult. Horse shit. You're not an adult until you take care of your responsibilities, and all of them by yourself. If you need the government to help you take care of your responsibilities, you are not an adult. If you need another adult to help you take care of your responsibilities, you are not an adult. Ask me who helps me pay any one of my bills. Nada, zilch, nobody. I'm an adult, 100%. I take care of all my responsibilities myself. And I would feel pretty weak minded, pretty pathetic, and I'll be feel pretty embarrassed to have somebody else take care of my responsibilities for me. Don't forget, hit that click now, subscribe button. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm with Clay from Outkick, Clay Travis on Outkick, and my man who used to be on Outkick, Jason Whitlock, who now does Fearless with Jason Whitlock. I'm with them on this. This is not heroic. And this is a double standard. They're only saying it's heroic because she's a female. If this was any male athlete, they'd be crucifying him right now. In the media, on Twitter, on all over social media, he would be getting crucified right now. If LeBron did this, he would not hear the end of it. If Kevin Durant did this, if Steph Curry did this, they would not hear the end of this. So it's a double standard, which is a hypocrisy. Anything that's a double standard is hypocritical. It's an hypocrisy. So now people are hypocrites, and we're sitting here acting like weaknesses are strengths. Stop it. Stop sitting there pawning off weaknesses as strengths. And I'm sorry, man. I don't feel sorry for mentally weak people. I feel like that's an excuse. People make so many excuses. That's all they do is they make excuses of why they're mentally weak. I don't accept excuses in life. I accept solutions. And there's a solution to you being mentally weak. And you know what the solution is? Don't stress. You know, I understand y'all could say athletes are under a lot of pressure. They're under a lot of pressure. Because they put themselves under a lot of pressure. They put themselves under a lot of pressure. Because when you're trying to be great at something in life, there's only one person that you have to appease with your greatness, and that's yourself. But the problem with society is we're too concerned with appeasing and pleasing everybody else. That's another reason why I don't stress. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks about me. I make money every single day of my life. I am self-employed. I built this business by myself. Nobody created this opportunity for me. Nobody helped me. Nobody gave me no handouts. This is all me, 100%. I dictate my life. And part of dictating your life is not allowing stress in your life. So if you allow stress in your life, the problem is you don't even dictate your life. You have no dictation over your life. So that's the first step is why don't you try dictating your life? You know what I'm saying? And then you wouldn't stress over things that, I mean, and the things people stress over, like stressing over messing up on a Olympic gymnast move. No, you stress over freaking money losses, losing your home, the death of a friend or a family member. People people be stressing over things that are not even worth stressing over. So you want me to feel sorry for somebody who's stressing over something that's not even worth stressing over? No. That's your fault. I don't stress over things that aren't worth stressing over. Like customers. A customer wants to complain over a $25 promo. No, I'm not. You're not about to stress me out over $25. When I got people throwing me $250 every single day, I got people throwing me $2,500 for promotion. You're not going to stress me out over $25. I would just refund, tell them to kick rocks and go somewhere else. Because you're not even paying enough money to stress me out. You're not $25. And that's another thing. Somebody at McDonald's, working at McDonald's, somebody pays $2 for a burger and you letting them stress you out. They ain't even spend enough money for you let them stress you out. You know? So yeah, we gotta stop it, man. I know y'all I know y'all people on the left, man. Y'all think weaknesses are strengths and they're not. Y'all want to glorify weak-minded people as heroes. I mean, we're already glorifying criminals in this country. We're piling off weaknesses as strengths. We're calling quitters heroic, and they didn't quit smoking, drinking, or drugs, but we're calling quitters heroic. You quit anything else in life besides cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, you're not heroic. Unless maybe you quit your bad eating habits to get in shape. But we're talking about a person who quit on their country, quit on themselves, quit on a team, and the way she did it. Well, I've been here already, girls. Go ahead, do your thing. I got my medals. Go. Oh my gosh, really? Goat? You call that the goat? No. And guess what? Guess what? You don't get to label yourself the GOAT. We label people the GOAT. You don't get to call yourself the GOAT. You sound like Paul George right now bringing up his own nickname. You don't get to make up your own nicknames. People give you nicknames. So if somebody to be called the GOAT, we have to call you the GOAT. You don't get to call yourself the GOAT. Michael Jordan doesn't call himself the GOAT. He doesn't run around and call himself the GOAT. Even though LeBron wants to run around and call himself the GOAT and act like he's the GOAT. That's why he did the new Space Jam 2, because LeBron wants to be the GOAT so bad. He wants to proclaim himself the king and the GOAT so bad. But guess what? You don't get to put the crown on your head yourself. Somebody puts the crown on your head for you. That's how it works. So Simone Biles, no, you ain't the GOAT. You ain't the GOAT of nothing. You might have been the GOAT before last week, but now you ain't. You can't call yourself the GOAT. You don't quit on your team. You don't quit on your country. You don't quit on yourself. You don't quit in front of everybody, man. And you call yourself the GOAT. Stop it. Stop it. And I know y'all people on TikTok, some of y'all be all on that far left out there with those radical mindsets. Any of y'all sitting here talking about she's heroic because she quit. Stop it. Stop it, man. Athletes quitting is not heroic, man. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. And you calling yourself the GOAT and you quit, that's even worse. That's even worse. And it's a double standard because if any male athlete called himself the GOAT and he quit, they be hammering him right now on social media. But with her, they're going to coddle her, hold her hand, call her a hero because she's trying to focus more on herself. And okay, but don't call yourself the GOAT then. If you're just focusing on yourself. Once again, hit that click now, subscribe button. Don't forget the audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Amazon, TuneIn, Slacker, Stitcher, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Odyssey, and many more. You can Google the Paul Pickett Podcast, Triple P, hosted by yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett. Don't forget to check out my websites, promopalace.biz. Don't forget to check out newlitter.com for new litter apparel. We got t-shirts, hoodies, and we got things for your dogs to wear as well, like dog bandanas. Also, don't forget to check out one of my favorite brands, Dizzle for Shizzle, dizzlebrand.com. Check them out. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Don't forget the Dizzle brand. It's a cognac, agave tequila, orange liquor, mango mix, and crisp lemon. I haven't had none yet, but it sounds delicious. For Shizzle, the brand is the Dizzle. Dizzlebrand.com. Check them out. Hit that click now subscribe button. If you're on Instagram, hit that follow. If you're on Facebook, hit that follow. If you're checking out the audio version, hit that follow. Don't forget, podcast drops every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we do our vlogs Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And the audio version of the vlog also goes to the podcast as well. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast, Triple P, sponsored by promopalace.biz and newlitter.com, New Litter Apparel. Peace, and I'm out.